Hello, my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. My name is Lucca, and today I am back with my Newcrest Point apartments. If you haven't seen the previous builds in this little series, I will leave a link down below to maybe a playlist or the videos or whatever. But basically, I built my own kind of apartment block in Newcrest, and I wanted it to be a pretty realistic little apartment space. Basically, all of these apartments, none of the walls are painted. There's nothing physically different about them. Like, they all have the same floor plans, sort of. They have about the same kitchen, the same bathroom. Like, it's supposed to be like a realistic apartment. Like, they have specific rules. They can't really do things. So each apartment is just decorated slightly differently, pretty much. Not slightly. I think they're all pretty different. But this one today is a bit more of an eclectic apartment. I didn't even intend on it, but one of the buildings, because in this apartment block, there's like two separate buildings where there's like 4 apartments in each, and one of them is like all the eclectic quirky ones, and the other one's just kind of like the traditional kind of normal looking apartments. So I didn't intend on that, but it just kind of naturally came about. These apartments are quite small also, so you don't really have a lot of wiggle room, so the layouts are pretty similar. So it's actually kind of fun to see what you can do differently in each apartment. So I think I do have an unfurnished version. Like, it's got the kitchen and the bathroom like fixtures and stuff put in, but everything else is pretty much empty. So if you check out my gallery page, it's Lucca Owens, Luccaowens. It should be there, and you can actually furnish it yourself. It is just a normal residential lot. I believe I'm actually just going to start uploading those to the gallery. Like, if I do like apartments or like multi-house lots, I'm just going to do residential so that you guys can download them without without having to have for rent. We all know for rent is a bit glitchy in and of itself anyway, so it's probably safe to do that regardless if you have the pack or not. But yeah, I'm really in love with these Newcrest apartments. There's something that I just kind of could jump back into and do once in a while, and I think I've only got like a couple apartments left, which is kind of fun. It's such a big build too, and I am so happy to do it. I don't know, I love big projects like this that don't seem overwhelming because it's like little apartments here and there. But I pretty much talked through the majority of this little furnishing here, but this apartment's kind of vibe is a bit more eclectic. I used quite a few of the newer objects, well, not really quite a few, just a couple of the newer objects from like the more recent packs, like the Crystal Creations kit, or Crystal Creations stuff packs. Sorry, not to besmirch, what's the word? Not to speak ill of stuff packs. We love them. And I went with a lot of just black colors, a lot of just, I don't know, I like accent colors to match throughout an apartment, and you kind of have to do that if you want it to look coordinated in an apartment that you can't paint the walls or the floors or, change the cabinets or anything. So I went with a lot of like dark wood tones and dark like black tones, like the couch is black, and then, just, yeah, it looks really nice. I love it. I personally enjoy the vibes quite a lot. This is more of my personal style. I honestly feel like if I was to, if I had, full control like I do in The Sims of doing my own home, this would be kind of similar vibes. I obviously could do my own home in real life, but that just takes a lot of time and money, and The Sims is free, or well, it's not free, but you know what I mean? Like, it's I can just do whatever I want in The Sims. Have y'all ever done that before? Have you planned out your, own living space, and just kind of designed it in The Sims and had that be your goal? Or did you just build like a dream house? Or, just let me know in the comments what you did before, because I know I've built years and years ago. Like, I've lived in like 2 other places since that place, but I built my house where I lived in a trailer like years ago, probably 6 years ago at this point. And I look back at it and I'm like, wow, I was really trying. But I don't know, it was nice to, kind of show that side of me in that build, because, I didn't grow up in a trailer, but I lived a good chunk of my life in a trailer, and it was kind of run down. It was kind of gross. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant, but I still wanted to represent that because I don't see a lot of that in The Sims. I'm not gonna lie. I see a lot of homes. I see a lot of suburban homes. I see a lot of nice modern homes, which are beautiful, by the way. But you know, it's nice seeing some realism, and that's kind of what I did here with my New Crest Point apartments. I wanted it to feel realistic because this is actually hugely inspired by my hometown. Actually, we have some apartments there, which it's obviously way more apartments than just 8. It's like a huge apartment building complex kind of thing. It's not like a big tall, like, you know, you're thinking in a city. I'm talking like it's 2 floors for the whole like section, and it's just a ton of apartments. Yeah, they're kind of not great apartments though. These are nice apartments that I'm building. The ones that I'm talking about though in real life, they're not so great, but they're at least something livable for people that are, you know, kind of lower to middle income. So but yeah, I've always wanted to build something similar to that in The Sims, because my cousin actually lived in that apartment building before, and I just remember seeing the layout, and this is actually kind of similar to the layout, like low key. So yeah, it's always fun to do realistic builds in The Sims, and I've really been just trying to kind of like, I'm feeling that pull, that urge to do more builds like this. So just keep an eye out, because this is in my save file, by the way. I'm building this in New Crest, obviously, but I'm building it on the 40 by 20 lot, because I was like, what else am I going to build here? This is not going to be for a home. A business would look kind of strange here because it's really long, and I thought this would be a nice little different thing to add. And I can imagine too, you know, if you were to download the unfurnished version, you could maybe like black out the rest of the apartments and just live in one if you wanted your Sims to kind of, if you wanted it to be a little bit realistic. But I do recommend, as long as the game is not super buggy and glitchy, which I think it still is, but if you use the For Rent expansion pack, that capability of you know, doing multi-units per lot, I would recommend that, just because I feel like it would be way more expensive for a single Sim to live in just like one apartment and the rest be empty, because it's going to count for everything on the lot for your bills. So maybe not that, but yeah, if at the end of the day you don't have For Rent, you could still easily play on this. But it'd be cool to have like multiple Sims maybe here, and then just kind of, you know, make it kind of like a sim per apartment building, I guess. Or you could use MC Command Center and increase the household size. That obviously is probably not recommended, but you could still do it and then just have like a lot of Sims live here. That would probably be a little bit chaotic though, because you would have it being, yeah, that would be a lot of Sims. Yeah, sorry if I'm a little bit like stumbly and rambly with my words today, y'all. I'm just like, ooh, I'm excited. I don't know, I'm just in a good mood. I'm feeling great about YouTube right now, feeling good about video making. I'm feeling in the zone today. I'll talk a little bit about my personal life. I quit caffeine. I know, can you believe it? I quit coffee fully. Like, I'm not even drinking decaf. I quit coffee fully. I don't drink tea very often, but I pretty much have quit caffeine completely, and it's gonna change my life. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not having as much anxiety, clearly, and my gut health is already improving significantly because I have, you know, some chronic gut issues, and they're kind of going away because of the coffee being gone, which I'm like, wow, revolutionary, right? Everybody was saying, oh yeah, coffee's really bad for your stomach, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm never giving up coffee. I could never. That's one thing I will never give up. And it really was the one thing I never gave up, because I gave up so many things and nothing helped. But coffee being gone out of my diet, out of my life, I feel fine. I feel great, actually. I feel so much better. Like, I'm still my good old ADHD self, but I don't feel as like, you know, I describe how I feel sometimes as you have a little bouncy ball and you're in a hallway and you throw it really hard and it just goes everywhere. That's how I felt a lot of the times. And I thought the coffee was helping that, but it's not. It was doing the opposite effect, because I was like, oh, I have ADHD. Caffeine will help me. But no, not really. Not at all. But yeah, it's just a little tidbit into my own personal life. I feel like it's been a minute since I've kind of, just chatted with y'all. But I'm coming up towards the closer end of the build here. Here's the bedroom. One thing I really like is the side table here. That knitted side table matches the lamp that I put on it perfectly, like the color swatch. I don't know. I just saw that when I was building this, and I was like, wait a minute. I kind of want to do a solid purple build so bad, just based off of that alone. But I was like, I don't know if I could do that, but maybe I will. Let me know in the comments if that would be kind of something you would want to, you would want to see, like a tiny home or an apartment or just something. But yeah, I really love all of the items that I used in this apartment. It's just very kind of eclectic. Maybe they're a little bit on the witchy side. Of course, I put the, the moon and the crystal mirror there in the bedroom because, maybe they can't decorate, like they can't paint their walls, but they can at least make it as witchy as possible. And I like that. It feels realistic to me. It feels a lot more, like someone actually lives here. It doesn't just feel like I built this for the heck of it, which, that's the majority of my builds is I build for the sake of building in The Sims. I don't really play in a lot of what I build in. So yeah, I don't know. Do y'all do that? Let me know how y'all do it. More conversations we can have in the comments. Do you, build stuff just to build? Do you build to play? Do you actually play in them for a while? Or are you the type that, you just play and you download other people's builds? Like, what's your play style? Let me know in the comments, because my play style is weird because I build a lot and I do play on occasion. I play with my Sims quite a bit. I don't really ever use what I build to play in. That's the weird thing. I will usually use a starter home that's already in the game and just renovate it or something. I don't know why. I just don't usually use my own builds. I guess because they're already fully done and I like to kind of grow the house with my Sims, if that makes sense. I don't know. I like to give them their own personal, spaces. And when I build things, I'm not really thinking, well, not all the time at least, I'm not really thinking of a particular Sim in mind. So just getting one of my own builds wouldn't fit with the Sims that I'm playing because it's two different narratives being, told. I'm happy that though with I built this apartment on the ground level, so they have their own little back patio here. I think that, yeah, the other apartments upstairs, they get a little balcony, but this is, I would say this is nicer. Maybe the ground level apartments are like a teensy bit more expensive because they have a nice back patio, because they've got some plants out here, they've got a sitting area, they've got an eating area, just a nice little hangout space. I would be out here all the time if it was me living here, for sure, but I don't know. I've never lived in an apartment before, because I'm as I've said before, I'm from Eastern Kentucky. Not a lot of people live in apartments. It's weird to say, at least in the country. I know I'm from the country. Anyways, that is pretty much it today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments down below what you thought. And if you got to this part of the video, why don't you comment purple? Comment your favorite shade of purple. Why not? Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles. Bye, y'all.